Some of the inhabitants of Core 1, John. They've been taken over by the dry risers. And they want our beans. The dry risers want our beans.
Send them back to Core 2.
Awake. Arise. You've driven all you can drive. Now it's time to reinvigorate Dublin with a new energy. It's an early start to the day, going on a bean quest on Monday morning. Are you caffeinated? That's the question.
Fully caffeinated.
Very good. Are you caffeinated?
Nice to meet you.
Are you caffeinated?
No, I'm just about to.
Hopefully we're gonna get a good cup, gonna check out their beans. You're telling me you've got an espresso unit? Are you using tap? If you can afford to go private, go private. Will you shape the future? Or will you be shaped by the future? What are your thoughts on the AeroPress? There is potential there. Beltane! Dynamic interior space. Do you hear me, Beltane? The working week has arrived. 5 days of sheer graft. Take the bull by the horns and you ride that bastard out of town. What's your take on it? We need to control the narrative. I am livid. Staff are beginning to get out of hand. It's all about the Chinese market at the moment. What's your take on it? We need to go streamlined on this.
I'm trying to do my bit for the environment. I got a to-go cup, but they stopped taking them at the fucking restaurant.
How's it going, buddy?
How are you keeping?
Bezos.
Bezos. I think he is.
Is he there?
He is.
Bezos.
He's listening to News Talk.
It's not gonna get any easier.
We're packing the poachers. 4-man blast unit from Craftsmanship. Where are you gonna be come Friday?
Make sure you can.
We're only just getting started.
Kokinakas? What do you mean there are no carrots?
And the seeds of today will be sown tomorrow.
Very interesting.
I know.
I mean no harm.
I know.
You have 24 hours to leave the country. I suggest you get moving and pack some bags now. Spare clothes, socks, jogs. There's gonna be no carrots left come phase 3. Why did you do this? What made you want to do this?
What's your take on it? How's it going, guys? Hope you're getting on well. It's adjustment of the camera there. Look, fantastic night last night. What can I say? We really went heavy on it and came away with a fantastic menu book. But tonight, I'm going to do the exact same again. And it's going to be done in a lot faster time, I can tell you that. Must have took us about 3 hours, maybe 2.5, to finally seal the deal and put pen to paper on a brand new cafe menu book. Conrad, thank you very much for the tip there. If you see that weird slug man on your travels, tell him I tried a bit of bus driving and can see why he killed so many people. I won't read the rest of that. Thanks very much for the tip, though. Very, very kind of you. What's your take on it? The GTO. I mean, are we for the GTO or are we against the GTO? A lot of people seem to be on the fence regarding the car itself. I personally think it's a beast. I think it's like a fine wine, you know, it's aged really well. It's been stored inside a wooden casket for quite some time. And it just does the job when you need it to do the job, you know, and it produces the goods, it pulls it out the bag. When the chips are down, it gets it done. We seen that last night, we seen that at Panorama. We seen that out of, where were the other two? Trial Mountain, you know? These are heavy tracks. They're not for the faint of heart. It's no Mercedes, that's right, but you gotta hand it to the Japanese. Look at that interior. It's beautiful. Some would say it's bland by today's standards, you know? That upholstered seat interior there. The grey maybe a little bit too bland, but I think you need to tone it down a bit when you see the extravagance and the sheer overt nature, the overture of the exterior itself just blows you away and really cuts you down to size. A fantastic piece of craftsmanship altogether. Weird to see the gear stick not covered in dust and ash, says Mr. Plank. I suppose if you see one of these on the roads, that's the thing. For some reason, the interior usually is muck. If you manage to have a look, unless it's like a really careful owner or a considerate owner who's put a bit of time and love and craft and dedication into making sure it's nice. But a lot of these beasts on the road, especially outside the city, by the enthusiasts. You do see a lot of that kind of car culture, boy racer crack down the west of Ireland. If you're ever there, have a seasonal bald hole vacation getaway dreamscape situation out there. But you know, sometimes you'll have to go to one of the local market towns to pick up something. Castlebar, you know, Ballina, you end up seeing lads, maybe in cars like this. Sometimes the interior doesn't look great, but I think they're operating on, you know, on a kind of a boy racer budget. It's got the pop-up headlamps. It's always a thrill to see them raise from their seated position, tucked away, nestled into the cave of the bonnet, and then rise to the occasion when darkness falls.
Somebody call Grant Thornton. We need an
Varney Teabag, thanks very much, buddy. Somebody called Grant Thornton indeed. Greetings, Connor. I don't know if Francis has ever mentioned his Uncle Thomas to you before, but I feel he could really use some of your driving mentorship. His slow, methodical style could really use some of your instinctive pace, power, and aggressive skills. The thing is, I've heard that he's more of a transit, ferrying people to and fro kind of guy, and the days of being able to hit 90 on the bypass whilst having a bus with 52 passengers on it, unfortunately, are behind us now due to restrictions. And look, they were welcome restrictions as well, because it's not on, you know. I think back in the day, I heard stories that he was able to make it to Castlebar in under 20 minutes from Swinford, and that was with a bus with 52 passengers. Now, granted, he had to slow down. Some of those passengers complained at the time, and he did have to slow down, but now with regulations and speed cameras everywhere you go as well, it's just not going to be happening for him. And you know what? It shouldn't be happening. It shouldn't have even been happening. But nobody died, you know. Now, let's have a look here and see what our gifts are from yesterday. A few presents inside the Bandersnatch after a successful evening on the track last night. And that's a brand new exhaust pipe. That's great stuff. Stick that right on the arse of the GTO. It's a silencer. It's actually a Volkswagen Golf GTI silencer, so
Somebody call Grant Thornton. We need an audit.
rather than a it's more of a maybe not. Thank you very much there, Spork, for the tip. Let's have a little look here. 3-star roulette ticket.
John, an absolute madman's after launching a Zurich bomb at you. You'd want to address it.
Unbelievable. Thank you very much, Mr. Tato, for that Zurich bomb. Just as a Zurich bomb landed on the screen there. Very, very kind of you. I hope you're getting on well and having a lovely Monday evening. Heading to my first F1 GP this year in Spain and Silverstone. Very nice.
You've driven all you can drive.
Christian, thank you very much, buddy. Any recommendations on what to do? Also, what happened to John's father? Heard rumors he was last seen in the back of the Mercedes. Look, rumors are rumors. Truth is truth. We don't need to speculate on anything at the moment, and I think it was revealed. I've gone through this extensively in previous streams about John's father and what happened to him up there, and we don't need to go over it again. You know, I've been through it. There was bottom line is there was no foul play. Christian Irwin 23, thank you very much. Very, very kind of you there. Let's just see what we're getting into here. We've boosted up 100,000 credits since yesterday, so that's fully caffeinated and ready to rock. The bank balance is beginning to increase exponentially with every race we win. It's just a 360-degree win situation. Every time we podium, I don't even count yesterday's losses as losses. They were podiums. Podiums equals prizes. Prizes equals cars. Cars equals cash. I shouldn't have to be spoon feeding you. Learner's permit, thank you very much. And whisper of the arse. And were we given some special Japanese rally cars yesterday after the win? I can't actually quite remember whether or not that was given to us. I know that I owned a few of them myself. Just being a bit of a collector myself, I did actually splash out on a few when I had the money, you know. Manufacturer. I think we're going Japanese on this. Let's go down there. So Japanese. Japan. Yeah, can't really see any rally base models. I beg your pardon. With the WRX STI Scooby, Lancer Evo Final. Now these are base models that I could soup up if I wanted. What about this little bad boy here? None other than the Toyota Hi-Medic 21. Beautiful spec. Paramedic situation. Saving lives faster and more safely. The interior is being designed for the utmost functionality in a life-saving situation. It's like a beautiful Hiace. It's like a Hiace that's being spec'd out for saving somebody's life when they're about to die. Thank you very much there for the tip, SLID. Connor, how'd you deal with the insane and frankly intimidating work ethic of the Japanese people on your many ventures to the Japanese realm? You know what? It's a great question. I'm glad you asked. I think we'll take this little Hi-Medic 21 for a spin, and I can get into the nuts and bolts of what you asked me there whilst on the track. Toyota Safety Sense. That's what this thing is fitted with. Furthermore, from 2020, the Hi-Medic features the Toyota Safety Sense preventative safety package as standard, and the 4-speed automatic transmission, which has been upgraded to a 6-speed beast model equation. Unbelievable stuff. Can we jump into this? Car collection. Change car. Maybe it could do with a few decals on the side as well. Yeah, I think I bought it off a fella in Longford, and then I sent it to Japan via freight to be changed into a Hi-Medic 21. What are we doing here? Tuning shop, GT Auto. Is that where you do your decals? Is it car customization? Driving gear. Custom parts. Other. Load style. Livery editor. Open design. Goose Cloud. You know what? It mightn't let us even. Current car. Thank you very much, our plum job. Fuck that. We'll spend it. We'll be there all night for a little reward as well. Let's just win a Sunday Cup with it. It's nothing too hectic, nothing too hard or special at all. We'll just get into it win a race out in Japan with a paramedic van in the Kyoto driving park, which I'm a little bit acquainted with after last night's sensational trophy. Sunday Cup. The great thing about the Sunday Cup is you can race it on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's just a title. It doesn't matter. This is it. This is This is real Japanese ambulance driving raceway perfection. Listen to that. There's no way we're gonna podium at this pace with this engine. But it's beautiful. It feels really nice to drive. And you can really imagine what it must feel like to be driving towards your destination, which is a gaff where somebody has fallen over onto a fork, or they've been feeling numb in their side for a few hours, and here you are on your way to really sort shit out and get the job done. Beautiful stuff. Any way to turn the lights on the peak? I'm not sure. Let's have a look at that. You can actually make a note. It makes a Japanese statement sound. I don't know if you heard that then. Crank that up. A Japanese statement of intent. There we go. I don't know what they're saying in Japanese there. I mean, I know I'm an honorary citizen of Japan and whatnot, but I can't really understand what that noise is or what they're meant to be saying.
You've driven all you can drive.
The translation, thanks for the tip there. And Sanpel, thank you very much for the tip. Translation says, stand clear, luggage doors in operation. I don't think that's what they're saying. I could use my Google Translate app on the back of the van there to see what it says. Translate Japanese. Detect language. Camera. Fukuoka City Fire Department.
You've driven all you can drive.
Fukuoka City Fire Department. So it's actually a fire truck. It's not a. That doesn't make sense unless the translate app must have that wrong, because this is an ambulance, right? Thank you very much there, Nippon Ambu-Blast. I don't know what it says. Is there anything on the front? On the front it says emergency 20. Great to be able to see around inside the interior. And there you can see a stethoscope, some sort of heart monitor device, and a few cleaning products there stashed away in a little box at the side. It's a beautiful van. It's a great van. It's just not me. Let's try and somebody call Grant Thornton. We need an audit. Yes, yes. And you as well. Little Jimny. Tell you what. I'm not quitting. I'm just gonna upgrade. Let's get this thing in the tune-up shop and stick a brand new arse in it. Bit of a detour here, guys. I know I wanted to complete another menu book, but I think we stick a new arse on this thing and maybe lighten the load, the bodywork. Nipping down the shops, thank you very much. A Matty C Japanbulance, thank you very much. Very, very kind of you there. Let's get this into its respective tune-up arena and see what we can do to it. 157 brake horsepower at the moment. We'll go semi-racing on it. No, we'll go sports. We'll see what we can do with the sports rig out. I just want to win a Sunday Cup. I don't want to go insane on it, you know? Silencer, got. Brake pads, got. Street suspension. Weight reduc. Maybe some comfort softs. Or some sports softs.
Driven on, can drive.
Well, can you put a turbocharger in this thing? You can. Low RPM turbo. Thank you very much, Kaylee, for the tip there. High RPM turbocharger. Let's stick a medium. .309 brake horsepower. John,
An absolute madman's
Can't
after
believe
launching
it.
his uric bomb at you. You want to address it?
Mr. Tato, thank you very much. Comfort socks, sports socks, or racing socks. I'm not going to show you my loadout today, but they are sports. And yeah, they've seen a lot of action. So these are my lucky racing socks that I've got on at the moment. Again, I don't have a pedal cam installed at the moment. I'm having to sacrifice pedal cam just so we can get the wheel and my face in at the same time. It's a complicated setup. Having to go with a third camera as well would just be a real pain in the arse. I'd actually have to get another USB hub. And even then, I'm not sure it would take the load. Let's have a look here. Power restrictor. No, we don't want to restrict the power. Let's bore up. Polish ports, racing filter. We've got all this stuff. We'll stick with what we've got there. We're already cranked up to the gigawatts with this. Let's get back to Kyoto and follow the Kyoto Protocol into gold trove position. Broadbean Raceway. Lovely stuff. Thank you very, very much, Mr. Tato. Very, very, very kind of you there. Let's do this for Tato. It's still sluggish, but it might have a top end that's harder and faster than these cats on the track here. It's not gonna do it. And immediately, I'm a little bit annoyed. I wonder if the comfort softs have gone on, or do I have to manually select that? Now I'm feeling the vibe. Ambulance time. Come on, we got a life to save. Nice. Took a while. Acceleration from 0 is non-existent when you compare with the competition. But once it gets going, it really gets going. Sorry about that. These things are built to take a knock. Final lap. No mistakes.
Ghost cloud.
No survivors. Got a Honda Toyota CHR. Gone. Ugly color. Such an ugly car. Why would you go for that color? I'm not sure. Apologies if anybody's watching who has that exact same car in that color. I don't mean to offend you. And look, taste is subjective. And there's no, the other thing is there's no accounting for taste. It's not nice. Maybe for a guitar it would look cool. And that's a big maybe. Maybe's doing a lot of heavy lifting there. But I get what you mean. I thought I actually read the comment there as maybe for a second it would look cool. As in, if you looked at the car for a second and then looked away, you'd think, yeah, it's cool enough. But any longer than a second, and it's bad. In which case, I only see it for 1 second. That's the second I overtake it. Ambulance spec. Really nice stuff. I actually thought that was the last lap, but this is the last lap right here, right now. You've driven all you can drive. Now it's time to get first place in the Sunday Cup with a beautiful Japanese ambulance. Kind of a comedic MIDI bass sound there underscores the jokey nature of the vehicle I'm driving. Real clown music. Not my choice. I would have gone with something a little bit more emphatic. The crowd go insane. Finley Rafferty, thank you very much for the tip. And Kaylee and Mr. Tato and nipping down the shops and Matty C. Very, very kind of you. And that's another 20,000 stingrays into the back pocketino. That'll cover all the costs of boosting it up there. Must have spent the guts of 20 grand just sticking a new turbocharged maximizer inside it. Hypertensioned, carbon fiber, spring-loaded summerflan shaft as well. And sooner or later, a real crisp carbon set of Jerry Springers And away we go. Because right now we're only rocking street performance, street spec stuff. Paul Mescal, thank you very much for the goose. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. It's good because if there are any injuries on the track at the time, I can just slide open the side of the highest and say, get inside, lads. Everything in here to keep you alive if you're dying. Or, you know, you could drive by the side of the road, just wind the window down and say, just need to finish this lap and I'll be over to you. Can you just lie on your side there, please? Because it's a bit, there's less chance you'll die if you're in that position. I'll be 3 minutes. Be 3 minutes. Beautiful stuff. Just seen an advert for Cafe Angel in Kyoto Driving Park there. Unbelievable. I don't know if you probably didn't see it. You need to be able to control the replay. Yeah, we can actually. That's great. Let's go back. It's one of these at the back there that says Penrose Tacky. But it's obviously not that one. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. I'm sure it was on this corner where I'm not particularly too sure whether the angle is going to show it here. Look at that overtaking maneuver there. Beautiful stuff. Pure ambulatory mayhem. Just looking for the Cafe Angel advertising hoarding board. Toby Morris Jewelry, Unicorn Media, Speed of Light, Harman Logistics. How do we change the angle here? I can change the car, but I don't know how to change the angle when I'm driving. Is that a button on the oh, here we go. There we go. Look at this. Look at this. Inside the belly of the beast. We get a quick look at what I'm dealing with inside. Somebody call Grant Thornton. We need an audit. Thank you very much for the tip there, NATO Human Resources. Got the hand sanitizer there. We've got the plastic gloves. We have an NEC monitor that's hooked up to a computer inside. That central unit in between the driver and passenger seat, there's like an extended central unit of stuff. It also doubles up as a handy place to leave your bits and pieces. And of course, the paramedic does arrive, Killian, on the scene with the racing helmet on. And how happy you would be and glad to see that paramedic arriving in record time. You would feel definitely in comfortable hands and that your life was safe. Just a pain in the arse here. We don't get to see that cafe advert. You might actually think I was telling Porky Pies, but genuinely saw one here. There was a way to just look around the track without having to go into replay mode. That would be great. Playback aboard. Options. Let's get out of that. Next race. Another Sunday. Okay, you can't use your ambulance on this one. It's only for European cars. Still haven't won it. Let's just straight off the bat get into the AMG and just go for the win. Just absolutely crucify the competition here because these are going to be very low spec, easy meet opponents. Nothing too hectic at all. They're going to have to just suck the dust. It's almost 6 o'clock. Clean racing. Clean racing. And then open it up. You're used to seeing me bombing around the tracks, incapable of controlling my power. But when I'm behind the wheel of this is my daily driver. I know what I'm doing. It's a hot hatch. Look at that Pfizer logo there, the sun casting a lovely silhouette on it. I see an opening, I pounce. See you later. No touching. No touching. That is I think it's a Volkswagen or a Volvo, I beg your pardon, estate up ahead. It's a nice piece. See you later. Let's say hi again, because I let you go by there. Stay to you. Goose Cloud, thank you very much. You stockbroker, thank you very much. Invest in Pfizer now, guys. Stock price is going through the roof after this gold trove. I'm looking forward to seeing what the Pfizer boys have to say. Definitely the sponsorship premium will be raised after such a resounding victory out in Japan. And to think we could have another lap or two of this Lapatici. Whoa! John!
Absolute madman's after all.
Fucking madman, John!
We want to address it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tato. A Tato bomb has been launched from Tato Park, the denizens of Emerald Park. Not particularly too sure whether or not Mr. Tato has any involvement still with that theme park, or has his branding and name been removed. Hit the boost button, shift the gear, and shank the competition. Thank you very much for the tip. Fucking hell. Jesus! What a crispy bit of off-road action that was, and you don't get that with many other cars, especially when it's not a four-wheel drive scenario like this. Super racing soft tires. Very responsive steering. And there's that checkered flag that lets us know we're well within our remit for a gold. Hit the boost button, shift the gear, and shank the competition. Make like the wind and invest in Goose today. Boost Cloud. Clown tunes are back in. Joey the Lips. Thanks for the goose, buddy. Very, very kind of you. Mr. Tato, thank you very much. Can't say thanks enough. I just need to fill up the cup. Fill up the cup and let it overflow with only the finest roast known to man. Bites by Kwangi, in association with San Pellegrino, bring you the first, or at least second, gold trophy of the evening. And if you're enjoying that music there, then that's none other than myself, backed up by the Tokyo Philharmonic Orchestra. A piece that I like to call Concentrations. Beautiful stuff. Thanks again to those great guys out there, Philharmonic, for such a wonderful session. Shackle says Sims ass music. Great stuff. I'm happy with the way that went. Really happy with the way that went. And I think Pfizer are going to be paying a higher price for sponsorship for the next race or next season. Not to mention Allianz. But it feels as though Pfizer might have got most of the airtime and coverage because I work with a lot as a brand liaison, between luxury companies and whatnot. I also do a lot of media buying. And I can tell you right here and now that the likes of Pfizer, and I'm thinking most of the airtime was given to the left-hand shield. So that would be Irish Times. Yep, Fallon and Byrne and Ronan on the one side, Irish Times, I think Donnybrook Fair on the other. So that's going to be a higher premium from those guys. So, I mean, look, we're crushing it. We're absolutely crushing the sponsors. And we're coming in with podium after podium after podium. Next, it's going to be Cafe Angel bursting the doors down. Absolutely. We're going to have to batten the hatches down because there's going to be sponsors queuing up. I won't have to go looking for space myself. So, I mean, I don't have to do it anyway. I'm just letting you know what the lay of the land is. I mean, there's a lot of people who I employ in sales and marketing. I know one guy who is an absolute impeccable force in sales and marketing. I'm not going to mention him at the moment because he started off doing a lot of pro bono work, and it's gone beyond bono at the moment. The stuff that he's doing, it's beyond bono. He's gone from pro bono it's going to turn into quid pro quo very, very soonly. It's going to be smooth. I'm not sure what he's going to ask for, but I mean, he's definitely increased our 7x9 by at least 3 notches, and that's just on the second quarter before the Doolally Express cooldown period, which usually supersedes, you know, one of these events. Thank you very much there, Smooth Creamage Jimny, Semperfi, thank you very much there, and Captain Sack. Very, very kind of you as well. But getting back to Bono, yeah, it's completely pro bono at the moment. And what with the results we're getting out of this little chunky unit that we've been winning races for quite some time now, people just sneer at it when they see it, you know, they think, what's that, a four-wheel drive hot hatch? I mean, that looks shit. The good thing is it wasn't Donnybrook Fair or Irish Times that were featured because the car was sliding against metal. Those sponsors weren't seen at that moment. So the unfortunate thing is we could have Fallon and Byrne on the phone to us tomorrow saying, you know, that shot of us slamming into metal, that's not on. You know, we might have to pay less next time. I'll say fine. That's okay. Because Times and Fair are absolutely throwing money. They've got a money gun. They actually had one made, a real show of strength. And it fires rolled up fucking balls of 50 euro notes at you. And look, it's terrifying when they first shoot it at you because you don't know what it is. You think it could actually be a gun, you're about to die or something. But as soon as you realize it's balls of 50s, you start laughing, you know. I just would have said, you know, let us know you're going to do that before you do it the next time. They wanted to do it as a surprise and record it for TikTok and do all this sort of, you know, punked. You've been punked. But they were still paying money at the end of the day. They were just wanting to boost their socials. It wasn't a punked where they said, you know, these are fake 50s. They were legal tender at the end of the day. I was just a bit concerned regarding, you know, post-COVID. You want the money to be clean. If it's hitting you in the face, has that been in somebody's hand? You know, I said that at the time. I didn't want to be a party pooper, you know. They said that all the notes were out the bank machine. I said they do get recycled. You do know that. I said, look, if there's anything wrong, we apologize. I said, don't worry about it. Just let us know next time you're going to do that. But it's just indicative, I suppose, of some of the standards in business. It's kind of slipped, and this sort of wanting to be online and, you know, promote your business through various sort of social media pranks and stuff like that. It just, you wouldn't get that 10, 15 years ago. You wouldn't get it. You know, you look at Baghurst and the way he operates. He's just above that kind of stuff. I think what it is you're dealing with, look, the Times and Fair, they see it really as, you know, maybe a bit of a joke. Or I'm really in the zone when it comes to winning the trophies and getting the podiums, especially in this unit. there's no joke being told, you know. It's a fully serious endeavor. And how serious, you're asking? 11 seconds in front serious. You know, smoking the competition. That's us. That's us, 2 firsts. That's us yesterday. A lovely first. Let's get back to our menu book and see what Luca has in store for us inside the cafe. I love to see that man, Ed Wellburn, just in the little box at the bottom there. Little bubble. And, great. He's just underneath me, I beg your pardon. I keep forgetting that I'm blocking a large part of your screen there. You can just resize these guys. Yeah, about there. About there. Ed Wellburn. Just here. A good guy. A real sweet exponent of what a man could be and should be. He's a solid guy. And every race where I've come in, I've won gold, I've took trophies. I make a point of going back to Ed, and we sit down, and we have a cake and a wine inside the cafe as a departure from our usual bean quest. That's very much Euro standpipe, and we sit there and we just look at each other and salute each other, standing proud, sitting proud at the table. From me, Connor, to you, Ed. You're a sensational specimen of automotive industriousness. And thank you for sharing in the spoils. And then he does his statement, that was my one. And we just have a moment's silence for all who have fallen. It's actually a minute. I set the stopwatch. I'm not going to do a full minute here. And that's just Wellburn. He's a man of taste, of class, of decency, of reverence, and of respect. And he is responsible for this Gran Turismo Cafe in a lot of ways. You know, he put a lot of money into it as well. And he's just a real boon to the automotive industry and anyone who aspires to be a top-class, high podium-chasing race master. And he does a mean croissant as well, not to mention his brioche and muffins. Don't get me started on his French toast. The guy's a fucking dreamscape weave baron. And, you know, Ed, love you, man. Love you, buddy. Put that back to its original size, please. Thank you. And this is the man himself. One really cool thing about the design of this car. I wonder, could we go close on it? One really cool thing about the design of this car is how it does not rely on gimmicks, but is rather a pure expression of functional beauty. The surfaces are well sculpted into tasteful shapes, and the body is muscular with great proportions. Though the wheels are the largest of their kind, the car seems to almost hug the ground. Indeed, the Mercedes A45 AMG has been carefully designed to express a tough and cool attitude. I want one in my garage. And here comes Sarah. Just when you thought it couldn't get any better, Sarah turns up with some words of encouragement. Wow, That was fascinating. Thanks. This is Sarah now. That's Sarah. That's all she wanted to say. I don't even know where she was before that. And how she got... Did she overhear Ed saying that? Were we in this little forest outside the cafe and maybe she heard and then came out and just said that and went back in? Don't mention it. I'd love to talk to you again sometime. Is this Ed saying that to Sarah? It's not made clear. It's not made clear. Don't mention it. I'd love to talk to you again sometime. Well, until then. And then that's that. I think maybe Ed and Sarah. There could be something going on. I'm not sure.
All you can drive.
Thank you very much, Tsukuba 2017. An absolute mind melter of a time. What a time to be alive. Tsukuba 2017. Luca, how's it going, bud? Before you take on the Asia Oceania Championship, I'd like to tune your beast. Go to the car customization in GT Auto and select custom parts, then wing to fit a custom wing set to your car. Doesn't matter what car you use, but custom wing sets aren't available for all models. Do I have custom wings on my Mercedes here? That would be a beautiful, beautiful turn up for the books if I can get inside GT Auto and stick this onto my yoke rather than having to settle for some other substandard car. Wing Crosby. Custom parts. Actually wondering there, guys, if you have any ideas for any new sponsors. This has been a year, maybe 4 years. Can't remember when I did delivery, maybe 2. But we might need to change the game. You know, we've Allianz, we've KPMG, we've Pfizer, we've Irish Times. I know you shouldn't be chasing the sponsors. The SponCons should be chasing you. And they do, but I put a lot of stock as well in the quality of the brand that I want to go into partnership with. I feel as though they have to embody and espouse a lot of my ethics and attitude, you know. Gary says Sampel is already a small. They didn't want to. Interestingly enough, they didn't throw that much behind the project, so they were limited to just a panel in the window at the back, which doesn't pop like it does if you're on, you know, the side, the door, or the... Somebody call Grant Thornton, we need an audit. Thank you very much, new sponsor, or the, what would you say, the bonnet, or the, you know, anywhere that's clear and on the body, on the paintwork. It's gonna get you more. You're going to be able to charge a lot more for that than you will on the window, which is tinted at the back, you know. And I said to them, you might want to go with a white font on San Pellegrino. The red star pops, but your blue is unfortunately hard to really recognize on the window there because it's tinted. And they were like, no, it's just the way it is. It doesn't matter. It could be black, they said, or it could be blue. You know, they're going with their own color, which is blue, you know. And it's, you know, they should have gone with something a little bit better. That's just my opinion. As for the rest of them, Zurich were the only ones that were willing to spend enough to have their own color, because I said that we were going to go with a black on white color scheme across the board for the rest of the sponsors, just to make, I mean, that was a stylistic choice, the car at the time, and none of the other companies were bothered by that, but Zurich seemed to be adamant. And in order to boost that, they said they even would want to pay more money if we changed the color of the wheels as well to their color. So it's Bit of a mishmash, you know. An Aldi livery will be nice. I seen it on the bicycle team in Tour de France, and it's a great looking bike. And I'm all on board for their products, their fashion, their stuff that they're releasing as well. I think it's a great idea. Monsanto have been in touch. We just didn't know how to approach using them. They would have been the biggest. They would have had the most amount of money to throw at the project. Goose Cloud. Bean and Goose. Thank you very much there for the tip. DJ Chucky Peanuts. Thanks very much there. TG Card. Ipso Facto. For Mana. John Deere. Yeah, look. Thanks for the suggestions. I'll look back on them afterwards. There's a few that probably went past there while I was talking, but I'll check back when we're going over in the next meeting what the plans are for a successful rebranding of the team for the next season. Might actually keep that, and then we'll just get a second model. Hopefully they'll let you do that in this game, GT7. If not, you'll have to save the livery as a custom livery and then just save a brand new livery. That's it, I suppose, yeah. 'Cause you can only have one of each car, I think. I prefer just to have a second model with the same spec and then a completely different livery. I don't know if you can put the wing on this. This is why we're here. The wing. Standard parts. Oh yeah. So that's the wing as a spoiler, is it? That's nice. Well, I think KPMG might have something to say about that. We might have to move their sponsor to the wing, to the spoiler. Although it reads pretty well there, actually. That's nice. Yeah, they'll be okay with that because any lower you wouldn't really be able to see the logo anyway. So that's fine. Nice little rendition of the Entertainer. Bouch Hayes Phillies. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Erno Ricard. Permanent TSB. Can you make your own number plate? You probably could, but this is stuff that I would do. I'd do before coming back to the track. You know, I'm all about the track right now. Have we saved that? Is that saved? We've got a wing.
Drive.
Thank you very much there, King. Cheeky King. Straight back to Ed Saluka, I beg your pardon, in the cafe. LKZI Immunitas on tap. It's lovely to be back in the peaceful, serene confines of the GT Cafe, because the world does get a little bit too much. Especially when you've been shopping for a wing. You just stuck a €2,000 wing on the back of your unit box, and you're worrying whether or not KPMG are going to be on the blower in 6 or 7 hours giving out stink regarding the placement of said wing. But I've shown, I have the footage to show it would be the exact same without a wing. You wouldn't be able to read the sponsor logo. It's fine. Duffy's Circus sponsor for the car coming up. I'm not sure. Their posters are, well, look, as circus posters go, and they're standard enough, but that sort of graphic design and tone and busyness, you know, they'd have a clown, they'd have a lion, they'd have a woman with a ring, they'd have a fire breathe, they'd have all this shit going on. It's too much, it's too busy. I like the simplicity of what we've got there. Maybe, you know, I was told that putting my face on would be a bit too much. I said, what are you talking about? They also said, you know, if you are going to put your face on, maybe go for something a little bit more subtle. I said, what are you talking about? People want to see that it's me on the car. And, you know, especially when we win the game, or we take first, second, or third, it's important to have that brand recognition on it. Your car looks completely different with that custom wing, doesn't it? Says Luca. Can you imagine being in the cafe here, this dusky time period, having a coffee at this time of night? Absolutely insane. And Luca is telling you that car looks completely different with that custom wing, doesn't it? And then he goes on to say, and what's more, it will allow you to adjust downforce. You can adjust rear downforce by going to aerodynamics in car settings. Try increasing downforce for technical courses and decreasing it for high-speed circuits. High-speed circus. No chance I'm going to be fiddling around with the fucking wing before a race. That's for the hyper-attentive automotists. Next up is the Asia Oceania Championship. It's time to put your tuned up baby to the test. I hope to God that we don't have to race in any other prescribed models. Asia Oceania. So Oceania is New Zealand, Australia, Tasmania. Maybe that's Australia as well, I'm not sure. Maybe the Philippines is involved in the oceanic. Papua New Guinea. Would the Philippines be a piece of that oceanic continental drift, or are they well and truly within the Asian manosphere? All the Nesias. Samoa. Polynesia, I get you. And so what about the Philippines, Scott? Southeast Asian Filipino scenario. So that's just Southeast Asia, so it is Asia. I get you. Thank you very much there, Berkshire Hathaway and Transistor Radio. How's the book coming along? Yeah, look, just made another dent in it there earlier on. I mean, as I said yesterday, ghostwriting, it's not really my passion, but I do it and I get it done and I'm good at it, you know, so that's why I do it. And, you know, Yates is happy with it. They want to go into edits on my piece before they let Yates get involved, even though Yates is privy to everything that has come before. He's ready to offload, you know? He's chomping at the bit. For this menu, I'd like you to go to World Circuits and enter the Asia Championship. You'll be racing on tracks in Japan and on Australia's world-famous Mount Panorama circuit, as we know, Bathurst. Zig, thanks very much for the tip, buddy. So tracks unlocked. We've just done... This is it. This is an important menu book. This is what I've been personally waiting for quite some time now. Let's just increase the music to underscore the importance of this. You realize what happens, John? You realize what this means, John, don't you? We come away with the results in this menu book. We're about to unlock Nürburgring, Germany. Hasn't been done yet. Not in this game, not in GT7. And once that's unlocked, what has to happen then? daren't say it. The track experience. It's worth a lot in this world. We were there before 2020. 8 hours of sheer graft and determination. Potty Bob. Thanks for the tip. Smash the old flatty and bring home some silverware, Con. Track mastery. Over 2 days in the summer of 2020. Real drivers, real race enthusiasts, absolute racists gathered to try and win gold trove on Nürburgring time trial attack. No other cars, just you and the road and your psychological demon barriers. Willem de Friend, thank you very much. Money man. Connor, we need to squeeze more revenue from the sponsorship stream. Do you have a preferred timepiece? What about eyewear? Zeiss. I was thinking Breitling and Lindbergh. Look, let's just start this championship, bud. And I tell you, we winter this one out, we can summer anywhere. We'll be summering in Germany again. Well, maybe not. Once we winter Germany, we get through Nürburgring. Then we'll take the rest of the world. Because gold trove, that's where it starts. And that's where it ends. You better believe the sponsorships will come crawling out of their wormholes as soon as they see what we've done there. And we take that track mastery. And you know what that means. Gold trove track mastery. And then minimum 3 million credits. Probably 1 though. I said minimum 3. I meant minimum 1. What's this? This is an important stage. I feel like this is a very important piece of video. Gentle beats. Let's crank it up. Send it far! Send it far! Send it far! Send it far! Yes! Bit of an anti-climax there at the end of that. I was hoping it was gonna... I was hoping they were gonna send it far. I don't know where that came out of, send it far. It's a new one. Maybe that's a new mantra.
Goose Club.
I just opened my mouth and that came out. Mr. Tato, thank you very much. Could you say a lovely and heartwarming hello to my love Ruby, who is watching here? How's it going, Ruby? All the best. And Mr. Tato sends his love. Send it far. As we slide into the Asia Oceania Championship, the only spec is that our car has to be below 600 points. Well, its suggested power points is 600. Which means you're looking at probably a top off of about 350, 320 brake horsepower no matter what you're driving. So I'm very confident that I can win that bracket. This isn't like a Group 3, Group 2, Group 1 race where you really have to put the time and hours in, you know. You're talking one race, multiple attempts at getting it. But I feel as though I could select a real Japanese beast or a Korean monster and ride that bastard out of town with the trophy in no time. What's more, Nürburgring will be unlocked and the Nürburgring trials can begin. Just looking at our setup here. A nice collection of Japanese types and situations. I have racing spec cars that are Japanese. They're not going to be allowed into this. These are regulation compliant cars in befitting with just road cars that have been souped. Don't like the GT. I mean, I do like it. It's just after driving the responsivity of the Mercedes, it's hard to get back into a power beast like that. You know, don't get me wrong, it's a fire beast, but it just doesn't have the handling on corners. But it's a fire beast, so I'm gonna do it. It goes like the clappers. This is some track. Do you know, I had... The thing is, I have this racing spec Subaru. I have a racing spec Supra. You know, they would be my go-tos on a track like this as well. Love this Tokyo Expressway daytime as well. Always do better in the daytime than the evening races for some reason. Let's get involved and see what we've got. It's a rolling start. Send it far! Love the little intro theme there, very Super Smash Bros. Melee. And it's not going to be a walkover by any stretch of the imagination. We have a few hard-hitting types ahead of us. Don't be fooled by the crazy acceleration and overtake capability of the GTO when faced with these other Looney Tunes. These guys have a lot in the tank as well. Gotta handle this corner nicely here and then try and come out with the goods. Feels so smooth and feels very fast and nippy. Heavy on the brakes. You know, I just need to refine and take my time. We're going for clean races as well. It's what I want to show to you. That some of that crazy swashbuckling you've seen in previous streams, it's just not me. It's not me, and in some ways I was playing to the gallery. I know that there are a few shunters and bumpers out there that wanted to see such rambunctious driving. But I have to say, nothing fills me with greater pleasure than taking a race without crashing your car. Look, I meant crashing into other cars. Crashing into the barriers there, that's a different buzz entirely, you know. This guy here crashed into me. Signer. The Hyundai, he's got a nice spoiler on it, or wing, as there's. Why would it be a wing though if it sits at the back? Do you know? You've got that wrong. Something on the side would be a wing, you know? Not on the back. That's a tail, if anything. I think it's just American jiggery pokery. And it's like they refer to an exhaust pipe as a tailpipe, and a bonnet as a hood. Fucking hell. I don't know what they call the boot of the car. Probably a back chest or something. A tail box. Oh yeah, trunk. I forgot. A tail box though. We're actually not even in first, guys. I took my foot off the gas there, literally and figuratively. Thinking I was well ahead of the competizione. But there's a couple of fucking ringers up ahead. Unless I'm lapping someone, I don't think I'm going that fast. And there's two sherbets just up ahead. Concentration levels are high. Speed is insane. There's actually 5 cars ahead, would you believe that? I'm not even in podium. Not even in podium, John, and I've been celebrating. I mean, not overtly, but privately in my mind, I've been celebrating, thinking to myself, yes, you're well ahead, and you're gonna show everyone. And now actually, I'm showing everyone the worst, which is me not winning. Skyline. Nismo, is it? And then you've got the Subaru Impreza WRX ahead. These are big beasts! No! We're still in it. If there's this much competition, guys, there could still be another lap in it. Gotta be another lap, right? I'd say there could be another 2 laps. Laps of concentration, laps of competency as well. I wonder, competency and competition, do they derive etymologically from the same Latin root? Competition, compare. Competency, companion, comp. It's like it wouldn't make sense, really, would it? Because you're comping as a musician. What? I need to just focus on the road. Fully comped. Sushi, fully comped. Hoping for a few comped sushis after this, to be honest. In the right country for it. The right city, too. Just love that corner. The speed you can do on it, it's insane. Gotta hand it to the Japanese. They really know how to do insanity. And that was another lovely taken corner, if I do say so myself. I feel as though I'm back in this with a shout. The only thing that could ruin this right now is my own incompetency. And possibly speaking and not concentrating. And I'm not taking corners the way I should be taking them. Well, these guys have had to slow down here. Doesn't look good for them, does it? Does not look good that they've got an absolute beast machine sharking up 3 cars down, ready to podium. They best be on the Imodium, because the dump valve is working overtime here. What's this, guys? Oh, podium. 5th. Not even podium. "12 seconds off the pace." Jesus Christ. Sorry for taking the Lord's name in vain. It's race 1 in a series as well. There's no way I'm going into this. Could I climb the ranks of the Oceania? I'm in 5th place. It could easily be done. You never know. Miyazono and Yamanaka. Yeah, they produced the goods. They did what was needed there. But can they do that over 3 races in different territories? Be interesting to see. And the less said about Simmons, Lenoir, Healy, Hoshino, Anderson, Smith, Nomura, Ichikawa, the better. I don't think they even got any credits for their work there. Joke machines. I tell you, I love the speed of that track. That's just something to behold. It's something to cherish and to hold on to. And we've got an absolutely cracking long straight in the Fuji Speedway coming up. It's just so demoralizing when you get onto that straight and you know you're nowhere near where you want to be in the grid. It can be demoralizing. So let's just try and not let that happen. Also, running a race without a map or indication of where you're placed. If I'd have had that on, then I would have quit the race earlier. And I wonder, is there something to be said for just enjoying the race for what it is? I mean, obviously you'd love to be able to do it faster. We'll wait and see. We'll see how long it takes for me to break. I'll start with the good intentions. There's no way it's turning into a late night affair. It's already a late night affair. Remember, we're here to unlock Nürburgring, and for all we know, all we have to do is podium in the championship to do that. So, yeah, you know, first place, Drivers' Championship might not be there, but there's a shot of podium. Mad Dog Sooty Leonard, thanks very much for the tip, buddy. Master Konzogo, any wrecks on the correct glove to 932-30 alt ratio. Also, what are your gut feelings about 5-row continental accordion? Is it too many buttons for one person to handle with one hand? Can you gold trophy with only one hand? Look, I spin a lot of different plates at a lot of different times. Sometimes subsequently, sometimes concurrently. And if you're into the plate spinning to the level that I'm at, then no amount of extra accessories whilst you're on the road can be enough. And I'm able to handle. It might not be legal to play an accordion whilst driving around Fuji Speedway in a hot hatch, souped up to the gills and a brand new spicy wing on the back, courtesy of Luca down the GT Cafe. But there's also nothing like playing that accordion and squeezing that box as you go through the checkered flag highway. And just make sure you don't crash and die. That's my base level advice for everyone and everything. So let's just do this. And maybe, just maybe, I'll get the squeeze box out one of the days and show you what I mean. We'll save the squeeze box for Nürburgring, yeah? Mad Dog Sooty, Leonard. Just make sure you're there when I gold trove time lap attack at the ring, yeah? Drive to Survive. Connor Williams, round 2. Fuji Speedway Express, John. Start as you mean to go on, Toyo tires. And just look at that beautiful kinky John Fowler, thanks for the tip, beautiful sky. Sunlit clouds, that sweet butte red. Sweet butte red is the color scheme. This track feels a little bit different to how I remember it. Sometimes you do get that in this game. Especially if you time trial a track and then you go race it. And it's the same track, but it's completely different. The crowd is there. With different dynamic, different feeling. Stands have been implemented. And you're thinking, if I'd driven this before, it looks awfully different. As a driver, you do use a lot of the exterior sights. Whoa! That was fishtailed. Fishtailed by a real scummer. Fishtailed. Shouldn't be legal. But it's sanctioned in Fuji. That's Japan. One moment singing their praises, the next absolutely vilifying them for a lack of refereeing. Track referees a must. Sadly, they don't bother with them. Race officials nowhere to be seen when it comes to the crunch. Tell you what I'm not doing, shifting down immediately when I go into brake. I'm waiting till the car brings me down to the relevant speed. Then I'll shift down. And the way I actually do it in reality. Don't know why I haven't been doing it here. And it almost immediately fills me with a little bit more poke coming in and out of those turns. The seeds of today will be sown tomorrow. Another 3-pack up here. That's a spinnerooner. Look out of there. Into the right gearage though. Feels good. Feels nice, John. Feels smooth. It feels silky. I'm not paying attention. Still got a nice bit of hold on it. The tires are feeling nice. They're warmed up and they're allowing for a bit of slidey business. See this? A bit of slide work, a bit of drift work over that apex. Straight into the next set of turns. In the right gear. Pure Japanistics. Lovely sliding. Thanks, guys. And look at that sunlight. That setting sun. It's the magic hour here out at Fuji Raceway Extreme Edition. It's big, long, straight, allowing us to hit the... Don't even know what speed because our speed counter below doesn't even tell us what speed we were doing there. It doesn't have enough juice in its box. Fucking hell. It ran out of speed, the speed counter did. But we must have been doing 250 kilometers an hour. If I was to guess. Stay with it, Connor. For fuck's sake. Too much chatting. I'm letting these lads go. Drift off the hook. You're gonna ignore the driving completely off the track. I suggest you do, Nightshade. Yeah? I suggest you do, buddy. Ignore that as well, because he was playing silly buggers. Fucking hell. It's hard for a man when he's no map, you know? If you want to watch some amateur hour, go around the track with a little map and where am I here? Am I near the top there? What's going on here? How are my wheels? None of that for me. I just need a full tank of petrol or diesel. And I need the key to start the fucker. And then we're gone. I'd love some sort of flag that told you if you're on a final lap. Why do they not do that? So, I think we could be looking at a podium if we play our cards right. Sorry, lads. Mount Fuji. Back to the Fuji with you! Not to get too cocky now, come on. We don't want to get too cockanakas. Let's just keep these clowns at bay. Speed of these guys. Putting in a real shift. Come on. Send it home. Send it far. Send it far. Send it far. There's the flag. I can see the flag. Second place, guys. Great racing. Fantastic racing. Fantastic stuff. Great celebrations there for the last 20, 30 seconds. Just feels so good to be showered again with the confetti and give it another beautiful, gleaming, glistening, sparkly silver. Look, I know I'm all about the gold, but at this stage in a championship season, to podium on your second race after only coming in fifth, the highway of Tokyo Express. Feels good. Feels really good. I'm gonna have banana. Trove's a trove, right? And again, Miyazono and Yamanaka. Well, they're still at the top, but I've managed to sneak my way into third place. Hot on my tail is Vincenzo Gallo in the NSX Type R, who has form, to say the least. Finished better than me in the first race. Finished ahead of me in the first race by 2 places. This time around, I finished 3 in front of him. The competizione is beginning to heat up. Soam77, Dara Darmody, thank you very much for the tip, buddy. Hey, Senor Williams, hope you're keeping well. Hope everyone's keeping well in Spain. Thank God I didn't go on a trip there. I'm usually there at least once or twice a month, just on business alone. But Thank God I wasn't over there then during it. I was wondering how, if the power went down all over Spain, what would planes be doing? How would they communicate with the ground control, the air traffic towers? I'm assuming that airports, international airports at least, they must have some sort of self-sustaining power generator source. Would I be right in saying that? Because in the event of a wipeout of power, how would they be able to navigate the planes down and land them successfully? They do. So then, if they do, says Pinhead, you'd wonder how long airports can last, because they're probably one of the most important pieces of infrastructure a country can have. Maybe not one of the most important. I'd just be thinking, I suppose, of war zones such as in the Ukraine, or Ukraine, not the, airports they were important targets, for different factions when that war is still going on, but in the early days. I also remember the seizing of Baghdad airport being some kind of early win in the Iraq war, and also the incredible scenes in Afghanistan around the exit of the US forces back in 2021. That particular airport in Kabul, which suffered a horrendous attack like the day or two before they've managed to get everyone out of there. It looked like a real hellscape scenario. So getting back to the original point about airports, they are airportant, says Joe. That's great stuff. Fully potassiumated. And straight on into the third and final race. Beginning to feel very, very optimistic now. Asia Oceania Championship Race 3, John. Send it home! Send it far! So, Mount Panorama, Bathurst. We were here last night, same car. Not a great car for the corners, I have to say, but we managed to get through it. Bathurst. The way we're going right now, the way it's feeling, the way it's shaping up, is that anything short of third is a failure. We know that we don't have the power to take first. Although it has to be said, we weren't that far off in the last race. Second place the last race, but I'm feeling like this track is a lot more technical. It has a lot more demand on the driver, and a lot of it is uphill as well. Quite a bit of it is uphill, quite a bit of it is downhill. And the spectators there absolutely enjoying their day out here at Mount Panorama. The sky crane is in the air. There's a palpable feeling amongst everybody here at the moment that this could be one of the greatest spectacles of the year in motorsport and beyond that as well. Mount Panorama, Bathurst. Fantastic scenes. If you've just joined us, this is the Asia Oceania Championship. Currently sitting in third place in the Drivers' Championship. Final race of the day. A winner takes all affair. Watch out for the downhill eases, John. Or the downhill S's. Wondering what an eases was. Sponsored by Hibiki. Eason's. Bono, we've just got word that Bono is booked in to wave the checkered flag to John. Let's have a little look at the checkered flag as well, the checkered flag as it's known up north. Is that you with your checkered flag? Crap, sorry, I can't do accents. Not great at accents. So we're just winding up to start there. And I bet you our friend Bono will be there in the crowd somewhere. Although I can't zoom in now, it needs to be on a replay. Look at this, is it? Straight into it, no messing around, rolling start. Bathurst, Drivers' Championship, second place, up for grabs. I think we'll have to really, really dig deep here. Checkered flag. That was just a checkered flag. What's known in the business as a checkered flag, where you just go full check until you feel the flag and then you restart. I mean, if you look at it, I'm having to start right at the back. I don't qualify here. So I'm really, really up against it. It's a beautiful track, actually. It's really nice. I'm beginning to like it a lot. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? Fujitsu. Siemens. chap. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, lads. In the zone here. In the zone. In the zone. No track map. Going off instinct. Going off instinct. Full send round here. Bit of brake. John! Sorry about that. The thing is, when it gets to a real crunch race like this, I clam up and I stop communicating with the outside world, and you're only just hearing brief statements like, Fujitsu, Siemens, in the zone, safe. I can't look at the chat or engage or chat, so. I've also got that in the back of my mind that you're failing on your second duties to try and make this an all-encompassing, engaging race.
You've driven
With a
on
communications
drive.
back and forth stream during the actual race itself. It's crazy bit of plate spinnery. Hugh, thank you very much for the tip, and Owen Morg and Potassium Fist. Thank you very much for the tips, lads. There's a lot to be said for locking in and becoming fully engaged with the situation. But it does leave you short in other areas, although I feel as though I'm beginning to combine and become one, get into the flow state where both streams, both plates can be spun, one clockwise and one counterclockwise. And I do that at the same time. Sometimes it's hard to rub your belly and pat your head. I think it is. I'm not going to try it now on camera, but can you do clockwise both? Yeah, that's easy. Can you do counter? Yeah. Wait a sec. Yeah, that's easy actually. Yeah, you can do that. Then this is tough. So patting the head. Actually, no, that's piss easy. Then can you pat the stomach and rub the head? It's actually easy. Very easy. Don't know why that's so hard. Was that always hard? People doing that? I remember having great trouble doing that.
Somebody call Grant
Hang
Thornton.
on.
We need an audit.
That's fine. That's just fine. Do it in reverse. Is that what's hard about it? Is it? Okay. Do it in reverse. Now, let's get the race done. Look, I was meaning to say it's just hard to speak and race at the same time. Spin Master, thank you very much. And RD Bypass, thank you very much. Let's go. Quick scratch at the tash. About that apex. It's all about becoming one with the apex. Two become one. Sorry there, I think the car sound might be a little bit too loud, is it? Sorry, I was reading there to see if it was too loud. Loving it, says I turned it down. I should have left it the way it was. That's once these demons are out of my reach and remit, I can focus on this. Here we go. It's all about those apexes. Come on! Smooth night. Smooth trial. The time trial. Look at that. Look how fast I'm out the trap there. A lot faster than the last one. You can't use the cars in front as brakes. I know, Pinhead. Look, I'm trying to spin multiple plates, Pinhead. I'm spinning them right now by chatting to you. What about that? What about that? Sensational stuff. Actually, going uphill saves you a lot of time. Takes the force out of the situation. You realize you're coming up to a tight turn, you're going too fast. It's going downhill, it's the crucifier. Fucking hell, I'm trying to avoid a collision with the car. I end up wrecking my own. Into the wall. No remorse. I forgot about the full send aspect of this. Big line of traffic up ahead. This is where we spun out before, I think. Maybe not. It wasn't. Just after this. This big spinneroonie coming up here, so you need to watch out. It takes you by surprise. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Take that nicely. Don't hit the grass. Keep it on the deck. Big line of traffic up ahead. We need to make some serious ground, especially in this next sector. Joking me. Oh, good. You take the momentum out of this. It's hard to get it again. Uphill.
Somebody call Grant Thornton. We need an audit.
Somebody call Grant Thornton. Thanks for the tip. Another lap, please. I don't want this to be a 2-lap situation where it's what would have been, what could have been, what should have been. We need that third and final lap just to seal the deal. Just give us a chance scratching the surface here of podium. Tupo, thanks for the tip. Oh, for fuck's sake. Phil, thank you very much for the tip. The green flag is out. That's me probably docked seconds. In addition to the seconds I've lost spinning off the track. We're back where we were in the last lap. Same, I know we lost a place, but I think there's the same sort of distance between me and the car in front of this one as was in the last lap. As we change to night here. And I don't even think this is the last lap. I didn't see a checkered flag. I just need to hold onto my arse here, John. Nighttime descended upon us very quickly there. Do we have it in ourselves to make something out of this? A big effort is necessary if we want to come away with something. But underneath the cover of darkness, visibility impaired. Visibility impaired! And we spin off the track into the wall. This shit. I don't know. It feels wrong retrying. Let's just go for it. See what we get. And if not, we go again. Absolutely crucified here. It is a remarkably tough challenge in this daylight, in this lighting. Sorry. Tenth place, that was disgusting stuff. Can you just retry that from there? Fifth place in the championship. That was that. A monumental failure for this season's team. Asia Oceania. Daniel Farrell. Spotlights. Are you serious? Can I put... Is that a joke or is that a legitimate... Is that a legitimate purchase, Daniel, that I can do? Like I can put on the car? hang on. There's another. Oh, yes. You can get them in GT Auto. Not racist, but the Oceanians are after you. Just whack on full beams. I think the full beams came on automatically. I could be wrong. I feel like just after those three, I know what I'm doing. We can get in, and I'll have Nürburgring unlocked by 1:40 a.m. I haven't tried it in VR, Dunner. I haven't tried it in VR. I'd love to. Don't think I'd be able to do a stream with it on, though. Little bit of drift. Arnie Van Schumacher, thanks very much, bud. See, the full beams come on automatically inside the tunnel here. I don't think they made much of a difference at Bathurst. That just is a hard track to see at night time, you know. At least in the city centre here, you'd have the ambient street lights and whatnot illuminating the road. You've got the cars' lights to judge, you know, when a brake is necessary up ahead of you. Fucking nearly into the pit lane there. Didn't even realise. You're telling me you're trying to pit and it's lap 1. It's lap 1, John. And you're trying to pit. Trust them. Got a 3-pack right here. You have to remember, it's no mean feat. Achieving podium, you have no map. You don't know where the opponent drivers are located. Just going on instinct again here, guys. Instinct and a couple of restarts. But right now, we're going for it. No restarts, podium finish, no foul play. Nobody hurt or injured, no other opponent's cars getting smashed or shunted or bumped. We're doing this clean. Apart from that, look, that's self-inflicted damage, self-harm. Out of my way. See him then, the cheek of him, trying to side hatch me into the sidewinder. Not today, buddy. Not today. Not tomorrow. Get out of my track. That's just a minor scrape. Happens all the time. What about this? Fit inside the eye of your mind. It's all about containment now. Stopping the spread. This next 2 laps are crucial, or next 1 lap. Fuck, I mean, I just completely forget where I'm meant to be braking. Yeah, that wasn't bad though. Wasn't amazing either. Wasn't amazing. We're on course. Nice breakaway, putting a bit of distance between ourselves and the Mitzi. Take the sting out of it here. Keep it half cooked on the pedal. Straight back into beast mode. More distance put on the fucking Mitzi as well, John. This could be a real creamy number. No map. No Mapatici. And no one can teach you that. This is instinctive shit. Take the sting out. Not too much. Lots of space. Hit the brakes early on this one, yeah, to avoid disappointment. Lost a bit of time on that corner. Schultz, thanks for the tip. Take the sting out. That's nice. Perfect sting out. Maybe not. Maybe not. Sting out. Full send. There's the Choo Choo Chibugu right there. The Tokyo Expressway. And where's your little checkered flag, man? There you go, checkered man. First place. Unbelievable stuff. Fantastic work there from Connor Williams. An unbelievable race. The race, like none other, came from all the way at the back, 10th place, to achieve first, managing to put a comfortable 5 seconds between himself and the Impreza Coupe, which I actually thought was a Mitzi. It's actually a Subaru, but who cares? They're all the same in my eyes, and that's not number 1. Fantastic race. On to the next one. Onwards and beyond. Captain Sack, Moto-san, thank you very much for the tip, and Schultz. Connor Williams, first place, GTO Twin Turbo, 12 points in the championship. Stand proud. This is it. I can feel the trophy coming home. We're gonna unlock Nürburgring before 145, John. 145. We're pushing it on. We need to spend less time celebrating between the rounds and get to it. Race 2. Oceania Championship Race 2. Fuji Speedway. John, Fuji Speedway. sponsored by Panasonic. In association with Schwasti. It's now or never. Today is your day. Staying in their draft and then switch into the exterior space when time is necessary. That was just a minor infraction. That wasn't a big boo-boo. And I tell you why that wasn't a big boo-boo. Because the flagman does not wave a flag right now, which means I'm completely within the rules. I'm not getting docked any points. There's no dangerous driving there. Maybe dangerous, yes, but that's part of the game, right? It's all part and parcel of the brigade. Something about Fuji at this time of day, with these tires on this car, that makes me sick with happiness and glee at how well I'm handling those corners, turns, and getting involved. Whoa. Slight mishap. That's not a deductible situation. Got carried away with the drift. You'll do that. That'll happen to you sometimes. That was a minor infraction. Nothing to worry about. Don't be grassing me up. Nobody likes the grass. Did you hear me? Nobody likes the grass. Really sending the GTO into a new stratosphere of driving pleasure. And we brake hard. We come unstuck, slight bit on the grassy apex, the grassy knoll. Second shooter theory, magic bullet, question mark, maybe. Look at this. The look, the feel, the joy, the speed. The fuck out of my speedway. These guys are mincemeat to me, John. Leon. What about this? What about this? Is this an open and shut case? Should be. I didn't even... Oh, that was not deductible, John. Still a clean race bonus at the end of this. Guarantee it. That's a slight bit of fucking horseplay. It's well within our remit. And the Scooby has a roll cage inside it, I don't. That was him! That was him! Enjoy your time in the mountains! Give my love to your father! Going right off track, and we're gonna win it still. We're still gonna win, because that's how we do it. We give ourselves enough time to make mistakes, yeah? And you can't say that's cutting corners, because there's no corner cut. You're off the track. You didn't use it to get ahead. And you saw with the time that my opponents had made due to that error, so no deductible for me. Still a clean race. yellow has slipped right back. Something must have gone on there. And good for him as well, because that was some underhanded snake maneuvers he was doing there when I was coming to the final turn. Tried to send me into a spin gauge. It's not gonna happen. Doesn't happen like that, I'm afraid. Exceptional. Terrible stuff. Look, I've just... That's the confidence of someone who knows they're gonna win right there. It was sloppy enough in those final few turns, but who cares, right? You've done the hard work. You drove like an absolute demon. And then you got that first place. Nürburgring is heading our way. We just need to carry this pace and this gusto onwards and upwards into Bathurst, and we'll come away with the grand prize. It's already looking like it could be been away from second place. Vincent Gallo, it's out of his grasp, I think. Even if he was to what? Do you win 12 points, do you? On a win, you do. It says it right there, John. Yeah. So, yeah, no, he could, yeah. He could still do me, you know. So we need to make it, but I mean, as long as we get third. As long as we get fourth, maybe. Maybe, I kind of... No, we need... Yeah. Look, there's no point in figuring about permutations and combinations. I just need to race the race. I know I can race. Said I'd be out of here by 1:45, and I mean it. I only leave with gold trophies in hands. That's all I do. Send it far. Chomping at the bit. Aching for speed. Aching promotions. See you next year. Bye-bye. Slow down. Your dangerous driving is impairing the race. That corner is a real crunchy number. It needs to be studied. People need to write theses on it. Not feces. Too high a gear to comprehend the situation here, but it seems to be okay. We slalom through the S's here at Bathurst. Careful to engage the car when the camber of the road is optimal. One false accelerative burst or spurt, and it could mean Spinoza. I'm not talking about the philosopher. Into the draft, out the draft. Stay in. Genesis ahead of me here. What's going on? Don't like this. Can't remember what the turn is after this bump. It's okay, we're over the bump. I can see the turns. We can keep it full enough send. And then we can brake here and begin to wind down into this turn here. Don't spin it out. Keep it in third. up to 4th. Down to 3rd. Down to 2nd. Minor Spinoza. Back into 3rd. Final Lapatici. Final Lapatici. Not a great corner, lads. But I can see enough ahead of me to know. Hang on, this is not the final lap, is it? There's still another one. It's penultimate lap. Because we still haven't turned dark yet. So we've still got another lap after this. That's good news. We're climbing the tree as it is. That's not my fault. Fujitsu. Air conditioning. That's the Fujitsu corner. Keeping it in gear. Don't shift gear, keep it in gear. And just hammer it then out of here. Nice. Get ready for the come down. Slow, slow, softly, softly, catchy monkey. No spin! Not the worst. Look at that scenery. Don't lose your biscuits here. Come on, it's Bonio or bust. All the lads are down there. Jeremy Irons, Bono. The man with two faces. The twins. Victor Meldrew. No, there was no overtaking there. I just wanted to keep tabs on those stragglers at the back. This is looking nice. It's fast. It's furious. But we want to overtake at least. Oh, that was not my fault. That is not my fault. I stand by that. I stand by that. Nice lights. Fuck. Come on. This is the hardest lap of my life.
You've driven all you can drive.
I've driven all I can drive. This is going to be the hardest lap of my life. A nighttime lap that needs to be faster than I've ever done before to come away with a podium finish, which will ensure the championship goes back home to me. Fucking hell, lads. Get a grip. Get a grip. Get a grip. Still haven't reached maximum darkness. And it hits just when you need it the most. A series of tight slalom S-curves. Realistically, you should be going slow there anyway, do you know? So that knowledge takes the sting out of it. We take the sting out of it. We track our demons. Whoa! We track our demons. That wasn't my fault. He broke too hard. It was dangerous braking from him. I stand by that in court. Show me the camera footage. Do you have the camera footage, judge? Show me the dash cam footage. I'm appealing to anyone who may have dash cam footage of Bathurst last night after sundown. Any drivers with GoPro? What the fuck are you? What are you doing? Just spit has come out all over the screen. That. No! Fuck. I'm sickened. I'm sickened. I don't know what to do. Yeah, I could still podium, but it takes the shine off a big, shiny fucking gold trophy, you know? In the overall standings of the championship. Let's just see where I come. That was your man's fault. The guy in the... Was it an NSX? Or what was it? Spit all over the screen there. Sorry about that. Yeah, the NSX, John. The guy in the... That creep Gallo. I could have guessed it would have been your man Gallo. Sixth in that, but where does that leave us, John? 29. We won the championship, guys. That's Snake Gallo. He didn't do enough to throw me out of the contention for top. We won it. We took it by 2 points, or maybe 1.
You've driven all you can drive.
Thank you very much, Nürburg County Council, Wilkenheim, Konzo, and Hanleyman for your kind-hearted and generous tips. You were number 1 overall, 50,000 clamshells into the clamp of Ireland, and a beautiful gold trove, which I'll probably sell off as well for gold. Down the gold trade for gold for cash shop in town. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I'll keep it. BMW M3, BMW M3 Sport Edition, BMW M4, was it? You don't get all 3, you only get 1, and I picked... That's the card I picked. I think that's the best one, actually. I like the wheels, the vintage feel of that car. It's just got everything and more that the other two doesn't have aesthetically. Okay, I'm talking basically on aesthetics. Look, I could own many cars if I wanted, but sometimes I do make superficial choices, and this is one of them. They don't make them like this anymore. Beautiful stuff. A beautiful time to be alive in a BMW M3 Sport Evolution 89 stored in my garage at home. Burning a hole in the backyard. It's insane, John. Absolutely insane. I want to say thank you to everybody out there for getting me over the line. To think I was about to retry that last race, I don't need to. Every race, I raced clean. No shunts, no bumps. The only snakes in the grass were those who tried to increase their standing, but at the cost of who? Not me. You picked the wrong race. Gallo, I hope you're watching. Well, I mean, you should be on the bloody podium next to me, but it's not. It's Carlos Sainz. And says Max Verstappen, but that's... Somebody fucked it up. It's the Lou dog. I'm backed up by the crew. Sainz and Lou. You don't have it in you, Gallo. You never did. Get back in the NSX. and learn to drive. Go back to Bathurst and try and do that again. Time trial attack. You don't have it in you. You never did. You never did. Iron Jog, thank you very much for the tip there. For not giving up, you absolute champ. Let's have a quick look here and see what we've got inside our new home, which has different racetracks unlocked. Maybe just a little drive, a victory lap around the ring, yeah? Gosh, need to nip to the jacks. Beg your pardon there. Let's just do this, lads. Thank you.
Creamed in what sense? Creamed in
Great
what
stuff.
sense? Creamed in what sense?
Creamed in what sense? I know what we have right here, right now is a chance to survey the scene at the Nürburgring. It's the track dreams are made of.
You've driven all you can drive.
Pure Wedgwood, thank you very much.
They're gonna get creamed. They're gonna get creamed. Creamed.
Creamed in what sense?
Creamed.
Creamed in what sense?
Creamed.
Creamed in what sense?
Creamed. 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 They're gonna get
Connor Williams. Well done for winning Asia Oceania Championship. No problem, Luca, buddy. Couldn't have done it without your help. There's your reward. Go ahead and take it. Dragon Tail International in Croatia. It's a new one. I don't think I've ever raced it. And there we have it. The ring has finally been unlocked. It's a long time coming. Gotta take that neck down there. There we go. That's better. Beautiful stuff. Pure Wedgwood. You are the ultimate plate spinner, Konzo Sensei. Take the high ground and send it farther than you've ever sent it before. Scintillating stuff. Just in case you couldn't make that out, there we are. And it's nice just to get a photograph with that background as well, just to... It's close to my heart, you know? this. Apologies, guys. Just trying to get there. I think that's enough. Think we got it. I was covering the G, was I? Cloud. I don't think I was covering the G. Maybe I wasn't. I think it worked out. I think that worked out. The white balance is off on the hands. I can't. There's nothing I can do about that. The camera is not as good as the one. They're two different cameras. Fortunately, you just have to go with that white balance that's on it. Lovely, lovely music. Don't want to go into the BMW M3 collection menu book just yet. Save that excitement for another scenario. What I will do is just get back into the AMG and take it for a spin around Nürburgring.
Somebody
Why
call
not?
Grant.
Why not?
We need an audit.
Just get a feel for it, you know. That's very much their John. Very, very kind of your man, Deadsy. Wish me luck in Germany, John. Thank you very much. And that music as well, as we look inside the interior of this car. Oh, listen to that. That engine. Absolutely stunning. Look at that blend of, what would you say, supreme stitched leather and kind of lightly upholstered in places, but mostly leather interior. Fantastic sunroof. It's almost 6 o'clock. We've got that wing, we have that beautiful spoiler on it as well. I salute you. Very clean interior. See what we got there. Another car would be nice. Fat pile of cash. Bodywork upgrade. No, miniature pile of cash. Miniature Kyle of Pash. Pagani. Springs. Jerry Springer's. Engine. It's a new engine. For a Supra, which I own. I wonder is my Supra fitted with something as good as that's for a 97. Would you be able to use that engine in a different Supra? Or does it have to be that particular Supra? I mean, 210,000 credits. It's got to be a pretty sought after piece of kit, right? I mean, you could buy a Supra for that price, no? This must be an interesting component. Too bad you can't sell parts. Guy Ritchie's after you. Let's send it to Germany for a free lap. No track, no music for the accompanying shots of the Nordschleife. Just the ambient sounds of the raceway themselves and the cars themselves that are gonna drive by. You can hear them in the background there. Just want to see what. I suppose it would be my car. That's the noise you're hearing. I doubt they would have shown a different car around the pre-lap time cinematic. It's been 5 years, guys. 5 years in June and July. Time just gets away from you. But the memory of the track, the memory of the sheer thrill of that turn right there, still the early section of the track. You know it's all ahead of you. Through the forest. Uphill. I could just sit here and watch this cinematic, you know. I wish it kept up with the car, but I suppose what we're seeing is every turn, every bit of the track, from start to finish. And the serene, peaceful nature. It's something we don't usually hear. It's usually, if we're experiencing this, it's pure adrenaline, pure noise, raw whining power of engine, the screech of tires. Getting used to it with this yoke. Remember, no map. I mean, I don't need the map. Just, you know, first time back after a few years. Bit rusty on braking spots. Gotta watch out for the Schweiden crews. Do you know? Instant death, folks. Instant death. It's the last thing you remember. If you're lucky enough to be in a situation where you're having to remember. Other than that, you died, and it was a bad omen from the off there as I fucking ran over the cone. Apologies there, guys. I just want to have one little go at it again. Just taking it easy this time. There's nothing at stake here, right? It's just a bit of an enjoyment of track. That's where the lap time starts, just up there. Very heavy braking on these corners. Just getting used to them again after such a long bout away. And also the car as well. Complete antithesis of the GTO. Not without its power. Obviously it doesn't have the GTO's power. But for what it is, it packs a punch. Jackie Brosnan, you can't teach this. Completely forgetting the turns here. Unless there's been a bit of deforestation gone on. I think some of the trees may have been removed. Oh no, I remember. It's throwing me off. You see the difference in the landscape. Obviously you can't change a fucking mountain, but some of the immediate tells, the tree-lined turns, do look awfully different than the last iteration of Gran Turismo Sport. There we go. What about that? Zurich getting a big payment, or we're getting a big payment from Zurich for this particular setup on screen. Fucking hell. I'm on the bonnet, John. Rob Bonnet. Always, 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 always. Goose Cloud, thank you very much. Barney Teabag. carousel. Very slow out of that. Yeah, look, we'll take it another day. Look, just getting the feel of it, you know. We'll go again. That's the next thing on the agenda. It was meant to be out here at 1:45, and we've gone overboard. But I'd like to say thanks very much for being there when it mattered the most. That was showing all the support during that emphatic and irresistible championship win in the Asia Oceanic Championship. Couldn't have done it without any of your support. I mean, if I was pressed, probably could have done it, but it made it all the more sweeter to be backed up by a lot of like-minded motorheads. We'll talk to you later. It's been emotional. Gallo Mogged. See if we can reverse out of here. We can actually do this. I've never tried to just reverse my way around the ring. We'll talk to you later, guys. This is mental because when I switch my head, I can't see anything. Both sides, just such is the nature of trying to do this trick. Like, there's actually no point. I suppose I can gauge from the track in front of me where I'm going by memory, you know? See you later, guys. It's fast enough. Zurich are getting their money's worth, John. Zurich can't complain. Maximizing shareholder outcomes, John. Pfizer love what you did with the reverse, John. They want to up their sponsorship. Pfizer love it. Pfizer are happy. I hope this they give you the replay of this. Do they count it as a lap if you finish in reverse? Do they count that as a lap? Actually, I'm going the wrong. I thought that was the carousel. It's not. Fuck. We're near the end here, guys. You get a replay when you quit. Okay. Let's see what it's like on the straight, though. Big straight coming up. Sorry there about the volume. And look at that castle in the distance there. Just above on the little... over there. Castle there. I can use the mirror in the car, look, to navigate myself. Not easy though. Nearly there, guys. Nearly there. Even going at this pedestrian speed, something really nice about it. I wonder if there's anything to be said for just getting in something that's not for racing. It's just a nice drive. Maybe behind the wheel that BMW that I won there. And just languidly going around the track at a comfortable and pedestrian speed. One for the future books. I mean, in some ways, it wouldn't be, shit, about to reverse into the pit. Here we go. You know, it wouldn't be time wasted, is what I'm saying, even if you were to do this track pedestrian in a cruise beast. Nice pace, enjoying the sights, maybe you've got the radio on, maybe updates are coming through, news and whatnot. I suppose that was the original intention. I think 5 years ago, getting onto this track and just listening, getting drive time, getting news talk on, Yates. It was all happening. No lap time given, but then again we have no HUD. So maybe there's a myriad of information we've been missing out on. But if you do exit, you are given that sweet, sweet replay. You can skip that. Lovely stuff. We'll talk to you later, guys. Thanks for joining me. We came, we saw, we conquered, left with the gold, drove on Nürburgring, ready to rock on the next situation. Take it easy. Good night.
John. John. Weitzer. Times. It's almost 6 o'clock. Time to get inside your suit to the gills, visor emblazoned soup machine and drift that bad boy all around the ring. Keep off the grass. Stay off the grass. You've driven all you can drive. Now it's time to get behind the wheel of your AMG and reverse around the Nürburgring in late afternoon, a few days before May. The scent of the summer is in the air. The stewards wait with anticipatory, rapt amazement at the automotive ingenuity and expediency with which you dispatch the green hell. It's almost 6 o'clock. It's actually just gone 17 minutes past 2, John. Yeah, it was a bit of a late one. Ferrero Rocher on top, yeah? A couple of Yokohama limited edition tires gifted to us by the Earl of Tokyo himself, Yamakusa Samuyacha. An absolute Bilstein situation, if ever I had one. And indeed, I've never had one. The denizens of the Nürburgring were shocked and appalled, John, at the way in which we languidly reversed into their S section. Grassy knoll, you be the judge. Send it for 3 words. One incredible meaning. Power force. Sheer San Pellegrinistic Finagüel magic. Coming at ya. 108 to 109. New stock. In association with Deloitte. Callaway Golf Supplies, John. Beautiful stuff. Teasing the finishing line. There we have it. Boom. First man ever to reverse halfway round Nürburgring. Maybe one day, John, we'll do the full fucker. We'll see ya.